What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Okay, have you ever ridden a coaster with banking so bad that you thought, why would they design it that way? I've definitely ridden a few that had me scratching my own head. I'm looking at you, Aero Corkscrews, and those weren't even that bad, but in comparison to today's video, those may as well be some of the smoothest coasters on Earth. Coming from the great country of Japan, today's coaster, though now defunct, operated up until 2012 and saw 33 years of operation with perhaps the most atrocious banking I've ever seen on a ride. It was suggested to me on our official Discord server by user AgroCarol, and after seeing footage of it, I just couldn't help myself but make a video on it. I mean, just look at that banking. What a weird design. So of course, my favorite questions, what is it and where did it come from? This is the story of Ikoma Skyland's Jet Roller. Opening back in 1929, Ikoma Skyland in Nara, Japan, is a theme park located at the top of Mount Ikoma in Ikoma City and is operated by the Kintetsu Leisure Service, which is a subsidiary of the Kinki Nippon Railway Company. It has seen the addition of 5 roller coasters since its inauguration, with Ultra Twister being its most notable build, and likewise still has 1 coaster in operation. But speaking of its coasters, the topic of today's video, Jet Roller, was an attraction introduced in the park in the year of 1979 as the park's 3rd roller coaster, and it came as a build from local manufacturer Hoei Sangyo. Hoei Sangyo, being a fairly new ride producer at the time, made it their 16th roller coaster, and it debuted to pretty mixed reviews. On the one hand, the ride was fast and produced some notable forces because of its unique build, but on the other, it was also regarded as rough and having a quote unsafe feeling to it. Pictures such as the one seen here by James Raymar show the reason it probably felt unsafe, just based off of the bizarre banking it had. But branching off from a general overview, let's talk about the layout and some of these sections with odd banking. The ride starts off with a drawn out turn to the right on a slight incline before engaging the initial chain lift. Once at the top, riders turn back 180 degrees parallel with the station and proceed to enter the first element, a drop. But as you can see from this POV shot by Sean Flaherty, this may have been one of the weirdest first drops ever on a coaster anywhere. Take a look. As the riders descend, the track banks to the right heavily about halfway down while staying straight. Zero turn, just banked, descending, straight track. Riders then stay this way and slam into a right-hand turn without any sort of an attempt for a smooth transition before going up into a mid-course and swinging left after running through the brakes. This then precedes the second drop off the ride as well, which likewise has that bizarre and crazy looking bank track. A very slow helix follows this into one more very uncomfortable looking bit of angled track before turning right and returning back into the station. Definitely an oddball ride to say the least. Sean noted from his experience that, quote, "When we walked up to the ride, we all stopped and couldn't believe what we were seeing. I have never seen banking like that before." By 2011, the ride was then closed until further notice, and by 2020, Ikoma Skyland removed the coaster, marking the end of coasters for the park. At least until they got an SPF visa in 2017. That said though, because of its removal, we have now reached the end and covered what I can about this bizarre coaster, but I gotta say, its existence still intrigues me, and I actually think there's something to be explored here with the type of banking showcased on the ride. I think it did and could furthermore produce some pretty unique forces, so I'd be curious to see that happen with some other manufacturers. As always though, it's been a major pleasure creating new content for all of you, and if you could please go ahead and like and subscribe, that'd be awesome as well. Stay tuned for another video coming in a couple days, and until then, we'll of course see you all there. See ya!